I have to talk about something at this point, ladies and gentlemen. I've got a lazy eye, and it's at that time of the evening where most of you would have noticed it if you didn't already know about it before. And if you're a comedian with a lazy eye, you have to talk about it, because if you don't, the audience get upset, to be honest with you. Sat there for an hour thinking, I wonder if he knows it's doing that, I wonder. Like if I was a comedian and my eye did that, I'd be mentioning it right off the top, you know. It's doing laps of Concert Square, what are we going to do here? So if you can't figure out what's wrong with my eye, I'll do a little explanation. It's my left eyelid, droops too low, hangs lower than my right one. When I was a kid, people used to call me names, and eventually my mum just sat me down to have like the anti-bullying chat. She goes, Adam! I think I was in the garden. Come here. Don't let anyone tell you. Is there anything wrong with your eye? I said, Mum, I've seen it, it's fucked, why are you lying? This is what happens when you smoke during pregnancy. Like, I'm not having a go at you, I'm not. What's done is done, but those Jaeger bombs did a bit of damage. It's time to tell the truth. She goes, it is different, I'll give you that. But that doesn't mean it's bad, it doesn't, it just means it's special. You've got a special little eye. And I'm your mum and I love your lazy eye and I wouldn't change it for the world. It's nice that. Would have been easier to believe if she hadn't made me have 4 operations. Like, it's too many, isn't it? On an eyelid. If you haven't got it right after the first 3, there's something wrong. Didn't even change the surgeon, same one 4 times. The first 3 were exactly the same. They just stitched my eyelid to my face, right? But they used dissolvable stitches, and as soon as they dissolved, they just flapped back down again. So before the 4th operation, they figured out what it is. I've actually got a muscle weakness on the left side of my face. So what they did, they took a muscle out the top of my right leg, and they put it in my left eyelid. And I'm going to say that sentence again, just so you know you all heard me correctly, okay? They took a muscle out the top of my right leg, and it's now in my left eyelid. This is a qualified NHS surgeon I'm talking about. He thought I need a muscle to go in his face, a muscle that needs to hold up a paper-thin, almost weightless eyelid. Good idea. Let's put his fucking thigh in it and see if that does the job. Got called thigh eye at school for 5 years. Now let's address son. It didn't do the job. It's 20 years later, and I still have to start comedy shows by explaining what's happening to my own face. Because if I don't use the muscle, it doesn't do anything, it still hangs too low, but if I use the muscle, it works. So if I want to open my left eyelid, I can fucking open my left eyelid now. Can anyone else do that? Can anyone do that? To blink, that's not right, is it? Anyway, don't let it bother me. I'll tell you what, I do let it bother me, not just on stage. The only time it really bothers me in real life is when it comes to dating. I think I'm probably an arsehole, let's see if you agree, okay? If I ever asked a girl out and she said no, and I said why, and she said it's because of your lazy eye, I don't like it, I would think she's shallow and I would judge her. Am I right to do that? Yeah! Yeah, but I would never date a girl with a lazy eye. I just wouldn't bother. You can't have 2 in one relationship, can you? I spent my childhood being the cockeyed kid. No chance of I being one half of the cockeyed couple. Go fuck yourself. I don't want to be in bed with a girl and see her face and find out what my eye does when I'm coming. I don't want to know.